The scariest thing is a man marrying me. The woman he don't want him. And she still got his heart. I pray that love never finds me.
What's poppin', partners? It's JB2 Raw back in motion with another video, man. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, but last time I checked, women do this all the time. Women be with men that they don't want to be with all the time, while sleeping with the ones that they want to sleep with. In which a lot of those men are some of them they just want to have fun with. You know, they try to be like us men, thinking that they could just have fun with somebody or whatever the case may be. But then it's some of them that they actually do like. But those guys don't see those women on that level. So what do women end up doing? Settling. We see this all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why women get turned off by the boyfriend type energy that a man gives off. That dude don't make her coochie the wettest. It's the one that's using her. You feel me? It's the one she just having fun with. But yeah, man, they do this all the time. Being with one man, but your heart and your coochie is with another man. You're in a relationship with one, your body is there. But your coochie, your mind and your heart is somewhere else. Women do that all the time, notorious for it. I mean, it's pretty normal if you ask me. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's a terrible thing to do for a man or a woman to do. You know what I'm saying? But women have just dealt with so many men. They deal with so many guys throughout their life that they don't have any space for reparations, you know what I'm saying, for their minds to be repaired because they don't take the time to heal. This causes open wounds to never be closed. They don't understand the importance of actual healing. You dig what I'm saying? And for an example, something that we see all the time, a woman spinning the block of one of her exes or something. You've had blocks spun on you from previous women you dealt with. I done dealt with it before. You know what I'm saying? From a great percentage of the women I done dealt with. But this is a prime example. She just said, may that love never find me. As if she's never spent the block on the ex while dealing with another man. I know she has. Damn near every woman in this society has done that. Or been with one man, but your mind and your coochie is with somebody else. You're in a relationship with him, like I said, but your mind and your coochie is with another man. That's a prime example. You dig what I'm saying? And men don't usually marry that way. Women do. Yeah, women do. Like I said earlier, the boyfriend vibe turns them off. The guy that marries them is not the guy that they wanted to marry 90% of the time, bro. That's why they end up cheating on them. Talking about, may that love never find me. Y'all created that type of shit. It wasn't men. Another question. How many times have we seen a woman not be over her ex? We see it all the time. They think just dealing with somebody else is enough healing. That's not healing at all. You feel me? That's what lets you know that women made this up, because us fellas, we know how to heal. It's even tougher for a woman to heal. I mean, it's tough for both genders to heal. I believe so. Because women, you know, they're the ones that are getting penetrated. You know, their emotions are much stronger against them. But us fellas, we're the more considerate gender. That's why it can sometimes be tough on us. We're more considerate. We usually invest too damn much. We love correctly. You know what I'm saying? And most of our love is unconditional. Stupidly. You know what I'm saying? Especially before men learn to not give out unconditional love. Before we learned that, man, it was unconditional. You dig me? That's why it would take a man longer to heal. But a woman, it takes her longer because she's getting flipped and bent over and spun and tossed up and dropped down and tied up and folded and molded. You dig what I'm saying? She's the woman. She's the submissive one. She's the one that's getting pierced. We're inserting ourselves in them. You feel me? They're the weaker vessel. But anyway, they consider jumping from man to man to man is healing. That's what lets you know women do this all the time. The same love that she does not want to find her, she probably doing it right now. They just be talking. Don't even understand. You fit in the category, you know what I'm saying, that you're claiming to not be a part of, or that you don't want to be a part of ever, or you don't want that love to find you. You're doing it right now. So you never cheated on nobody before. Especially if it was somebody like an ex or something like that. Somebody that has your mind and your coochie while you with another man. Most women of this society have done that before. That's the love that she doesn't want to find her, though. Yeah, right. See, like I said earlier, they think that they could be us. The quickest way to get over a man is to jump under a new one. You're not a man, baby. That's our saying. Be original. You can't be us. We can't be you. Neither do we try to be y'all. But y'all, on the other hand, y'all can't stop trying to be like us, the kings. You know what I'm saying? Where am I getting with this? Well, let me ask you a question. How many women, what percentage of women do you think that are in relationships and or marriage whose hearts are with other men, or other men have their hearts? A great percentage, right? Y'all think these women ain't thinking about nobody from their past or nobody that they've had relationships with because they're in a damn relationship or a marriage? Cheating came from women. Men can't cheat. We can commit adultery. Cheating stemmed from women. Y'all think she's just faithful in her mind as well? Hell no. That mind is running circles around somebody else's wood. In her mind, she running circles around that boy wood. But she's not. That's not the guy that she's with. The same love she doesn't want to find her. Women are notorious for doing this. Cheating came from women. Adultery from men. Well, I ain't gonna say from men, but men, we commit adultery. We can't cheat. Women can do both. And I'm speaking this from a biblical perspective before anybody get their damn panties in a bunch. Yes, but like I said, women are known for this. It's basically cheating, is what she said. Emotional cheating. His heart is with somebody else, even though he's not with that particular woman who his heart is with. He's married to somebody else. Women do this all the time. Let it be an ex that she feel like got away. A lot of these women have had good men before. I got a video coming up on that. I don't know when, but soon. They've had men that they feel like he's the one that got away. You think that her heart isn't with him, or he isn't in her heart still, even though she's married to somebody else, in a relationship with somebody else? You goddamn right she's still thinking about him. She probably would leave the guy that she's with now to go be with that guy. Use y'all brains out here, man. That's if she had another chance with him. Clearly she doesn't. That's why he's the one that got away. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't heal, she isn't fully over all the guys from her past. Jumping under another guy, bending over in front of another guy is not true healing. They don't heal. So they got all these different spirits from other men in them. What does that mean? I ain't gonna say every man from their past, but at least one or two at the very least still have their heart, and probably their vagina too. Their minds as well. While she marries the safe guy, gets into a relationship with the boyfriend material type guy. You feel me? She less freakier for him than what she is with the guy that got her heart and her coochie. She does less things for the guy that she's with now than she did for him or would have done for him. Women are notorious for this. What is this woman talking about? You see, us men, it's going to come a time, or it has been a time, where us men have had to either heal from a situation or will have to heal from a situation. See, we know how to do that. We cool with that. We know how to take time to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Focus on other things, building our money, getting that gym, things of that nature. We don't just hop from one to another, even though we can do that and not catch any feelings. You know what I'm saying? Women, on the other hand, they do that. How many times have we seen a woman, and we know they all do this, monkey branching, before she end things with one man, I'm talking about fully end them, she's already connected to another. Meaning someone else at the very least already has her vagina and her mind enough for her to move on from him. You dig? They do this all the time. This woman is being a hypocrite because, you know, a person being married or in a relationship with one person, but another person having their heart, that shit came from women. Women do that. And you know they're conditional lovers. You dig what I'm saying? Unlike us men. They don't love like us. Which further proves my point that women do this. I mean, I'm not saying there is no man that does it. You feel me? I'm pretty sure it's men out here, but it's way more women. This type of thing stemmed from women. You feel me? Because if a woman don't already have another guy lined up, she's going into either a depression, which is going to lead to a whole phase, or this little liberation stage, which is going to lead into a whole phase. One thing they won't do is heal. They're not healing. They're not taking the time out to themselves. You feel me? They're not taking extended periods of time away from dealing with men or dealing with anybody on an intimate level. People like to talk about, hey, this ain't got nothing to do with the video, but people like to talk about, hey, men don't have sexual discipline. They just want to get their rocks off and things of that nature. Women are even worse at sexual discipline, at all forms of discipline, damn near. And I say damn near to be nice. You feel me? Want me to tell you why? Because if she's used to getting cracked by you 2 times a week, and I don't know, you go on a business trip, or I don't know, God forbid you get hurt or something like that, you can't really do much. You feel me? So 2 weeks go by, she ain't got none. Guess what she gonna do if she don't be with another man? Because she doesn't have sexual discipline. She's gonna put that rose toy on that thing and get to work. She's gonna get that dildo and get to work. She's gonna get that little finger pop thing, whatever that little toy is, and get to work. She's gonna use her own fingers and get to work. Because why? She doesn't have sexual discipline, but they try to make it seem like we're the ones that don't have sexual discipline. If you had sexual discipline, you will understand that 2 weeks is not a long time without having to bust a nut. What you got to bust a nut for? To keep you from thinking about other men or going to go do stuff with other men? Yeah. Yep. If you had sexual discipline, and all of them do that, if you had sexual discipline, then you wouldn't have to bust a nut till the next time you see your man. Then they complain about their coochie not working, or they think something going on with it, or you know what I'm saying? They don't come like they used to. You're using it up. Just like the mileage go up on the goddamn car. The less time you have with it, the worse it's gonna work. And last time I checked, you ain't got no goddamn Toyota. You ain't got no damn Honda in between your legs. Them things run forever. You got a Range Rover. You got a goddamn Dodge Avenger. You got something that's known for having maintenance problems. So your mileage can't go that high before your coochie start telling you, like, chill out on busting all the nuts. Just do it with your man. You know what I'm saying? Keep these toys up off of me and up out of me. You feel me? Like, I'm losing juice here. But anyway. But I want to talk about pride, which is the number one reason women can't heal. Pride and the lack of accountability. It takes a lot of self-reflection to get over a situation, to heal from a situation. What is self-reflection? Accountability. Women don't know that, and you wonder why most of them don't heal. They just jump from man to man. There is no self-reflection. It was his fault. Him. He was the problem. Motherfucker making up scenarios in their minds. No self-reflection. No self-accountability. Pride, in other words, equals an unhealed person. 100 goddamn women versus accountability. See, she's too prideful to admit, to accept, and submit to the factuality that she was the problematic one in the situation, or she contributed a lot towards any conflicts within the relationship. They're too prideful. You can't heal without self-reflection, aka accountability, which is a trickle-down effect to a woman never growing in life. You can't grow. You wonder why there's 30, 40, 50-year-olds, 25-year-olds that still got the minds of damn 16-year-old little girls. They don't grow. There's no self-reflection. You need self-reflection to grow. You need accountability. Because guess what? At the end of the day, egocentrism, or narcissism in other words, is a direct adversary of self-development. You cannot become a better person without it. Without accountability, self-reflection, in order to develop into a better person. You just can't. That's why these women don't get better, bro. And they still got the same minds they had 20 damn years ago, 10 years ago, 30, depending on how old they are. They don't grow. That's why. Especially with relationships, it's impossible for them to grow with these contaminated ass mindsets they have. But anyways, man, what that woman was speaking of, women fit that whole narrative or those type of situations perfectly. Much more than men, meaning they do it way further than we do it. You dig what I'm saying? That's just projection, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? A woman trying to make it seem as though men are solitary. Like I said, it's men out here that probably do that. I'm pretty sure of it. But she tried to make it seem like men are solitary in those practices. Like we're the only ones that do it. When I don't know if the video caught this. I don't feel like watching the whole 17-minute video or however long this damn video gonna be. But basically I said that woman at the beginning of the video, she was projecting, trying to make it seem as though men are solitary in those type of practices. Being with one woman, but his heart is with another woman. You dig what I'm saying? When women do that all the time, but more projection. She's trying to make it seem as though we're the only ones that do it, or it's a man thing. When it derived from them, it came from them. And they do it far more. You feel me? But anyway, if you got any truth, any facts, any knowledge, even a chuckle from this video, man, feel free to like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, share the video, man, and let me know how you feel about the video in the comments, of course. And keep the Most High first at all times. Stay up, stay strong, and stay out the way. It's JB2 Raw. If you want to support in another way, feel free to hit that Cash App in the bio, man. Until next time and all the time, stay raw.